Hi, I'm Christy with Learn to Thrive Well, and this is Kim. And I know that we can't be in the living rooms of all of our friends, so tonight we're going to talk a little bit about essential oils and the easiest way for you to get started with them in your home and why we think that they are easy. We reference a PowerPoint that we get from Sarah Harnish's website, oilabilityteam.com. And we're going to kind of use this as a guide to kind of help you get started and learn what we're learning. We wanted to let you know the most important things that you need to know when you're getting started. So my journey with Young Living started a couple of years ago, and it's been a great journey, and we've all felt so much better. We have more energy, and emotionally we're feeling better in our family. It's just been a really, really big blessing for our family. There's many things: emotional systems, our adrenals, our immune system. It seems like everything has been above the wellness line, which has been really great.
Balanced.
Yes. We don't feel like we are tired and fatigued, and we can get through a day so much easier with all the activity that's going on. So the journey with Young Living and using oils to help support our systems has been a huge blessing for me, and I'm sure it has been for you too. There's a couple of things that it's really helped us with. I've always needed breathing support since I was 7 years old, and the plants and the oils have really helped in a tremendous way. So I don't know how much you know about essential oils, but the oils from the plants are the lifeblood of the plant. Marshmallow's going to help us talk about essential oils, which is cool. He's like, you're in my seat. But the plants, the most powerful part of the plant are several different parts of the plants that they're distilled from, which is the leaves, the roots, bushes, fruit, rinds, resins, herbs, and they consist of over 100 natural organic compounds. They support our bodies. They support our bodies' skeletal systems, muscular systems, emotions, spiritual support, stress, brain health, respiratory, endocrine, and immune systems, which I thought was really, really cool when I first started learning about essential oils.
That's just supporting the whole body.
Yes, there isn't anything that it does. The lifeblood of the plant, which is what we just discussed a minute ago, when a plant dies or a branch of a plant dies, the lifeblood, which is the nutrients of the plant, goes directly to that leaf and helps it, all of it does, until that one branch gets better and starts blooming again, or the flower starts blooming again. And that's exactly what the oils, the essential oils, as long as they're pure, what they do for us too. So when we inhale them or put them on, they are going to the area that our body needs the most and helping that system. So that's pretty cool. What we haven't been educated about is the chemicals that we've been using in our house. And when we started learning about the chemicals, and I opened up the cabinet and turned over a bottle, and I actually Googled one ingredient on the bottle and found out what that ingredient did to our bodies. That's when I realized it was time to get the chemicals out of my house. So we decided at that time to make a big change.
I was a little bit like, don't tell me
at first. Well, it's scary to get rid of all of that stuff at the same time too. And my husband was like, you are not getting rid of all of that stuff right now. So it's been a journey. We had to learn what to take out, but really and truthfully in the last 2 years I realized I wish I would have gotten everything out, because we can clean our house very well, as a matter of fact, and it can smell really, really good with one cleaner that our kids can use, and that smells really great too, and it does a fantastic job. Yeah. So there's over 300 oils on the earth, but we only need 10 or 11 to have a wellness chest. Literally have a wellness chest in your house, and you build a good kit. Applying oils. There are 3 ways to apply oils. We can put them on topically. We can use a diffuser that we have going on behind us. The French ingest them, and I'll make a side note here. Young Living is the only essential oil company that has FDA approved vitality oils that are okay to ingest, which is amazing to me. 2 years ago there were only a few. We only had a few vitality oils, but now we have 37. We have a lot. We have a lot. So Gary Young's doing a lot of research. He's doing a lot of background work. He's got, we have a new chief scientific officer that works for Young Living, and he used to work for the FDA. So he is helping Gary to get these things formulated to where we can ingest these oils that are very, very healthy for our bodies, which is super cool. So we can ingest them, we can apply them topically, like I said, topically. The Germans diffuse and inhale them, and that is one of the most effective methods because it doesn't have to pass through your digestive system. So that's kind of cool. Never really thought about that, when you're used to the mainstream media. Yeah.
I think it's a little bit amazing that you can just smell something and that can actually do something good for your body.
Mm-hmm.
Can support your body in some way. I love that.
And the same way is true with, we can smell something that's not good for your body,
right,
and it can do the same thing. So, it's an awakening when you first start learning about essential oils, and that's really why we wanted to talk about this stuff tonight, so our friends could hear, because it is a lot, and sometimes it's overwhelming. Right. And us just sharing some of the things that really were eye openers for us has been huge for me, for people to share with me. So it's kind of why we're wanting to do it for them tonight. So we appreciate you being here. How do they enter the body? Tests has shown that the oils reach the heart, liver, and the thyroid in 3 seconds when inhaled. 3 seconds. They're found in the bloodstream in 26 seconds when you apply them topically on your skin. How long do they last? Well, if your body is not feeling well, they will stay in your body for a longer period of time than they will if your body's well. So expulsion of essential oils takes place in 3 to 6 hours in a normal, healthy body. However, if you are feeling under the weather, the oils their natural chemical makeup is to stay where your body needs them the most, just like in the plant.
Yes.
So if the leaf breaks, then the plant's going to send those oils up to help that leaf repair itself, or the branch repair itself. Well, it does the same thing for our body, which I thought was really cool. It stays in your body longer so it can help regenerate cells. So, essential oils history. 1,100 times the essential oils are in the Bible, which was really important to me and my family, because we do love Jesus, and we know that he intentionally made us, and he made us perfect in every way. So why wouldn't he
give us what we need?
Plants and water on the earth to give us everything that we need.
Right.
So I like to say to people all the time, Adam and Eve, God put Adam and Eve in the garden, and they had everything they needed. So everything they needed was in the garden. So it's great stuff. Some of the oldest cultures used essential oils, and it was only after World War II when they started rediscovering oils again.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So Kim, I know you've done a little research about the grades of essential oils. Will you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. Their therapeutic grade essential oil is from the plants and distilled at low temperature. There's also food grade. They may contain synthetics and pesticides and fertilizers, perfume grade that may contain chemicals and that could alter the smell to make it more pleasant or just to smell different. And also floral water, which can just be aromatic only, and it's usually a byproduct. So why can I just go out and buy a bottle of oil that might be less expensive?
Well, only 5%. The FDA only requires that an oil be 5% pure to be considered pure oil.
Right.
So the other 95% can be solvents or can be water. And obviously, if they're using solvents as the other 95%, it could be affecting our bodies in negative ways, which we definitely wouldn't want to do. So the reason Young Living is doing such a good job is because they promise us that we have the seed to seal oil. So it literally goes from the seed to the bottle, and then the bottle's sealed. So we know that every drop of the 90 drops that's in the small 5 ml bottles is pure plant oil. And it came directly from the plant where the plant needed to be distilled from to get the proper potency of that particular oil for that particular plant.
Right.
For instance, sandalwood. Tree has to be 30 years old and 30 foot tall and over 90% dead before the oil, the proper oil, can be distilled from that plant to be used to put in one of Gary Young's bottles of oils. So,
cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. And that's one of the reasons that particular oil is so much more expensive, is because, that you think about that.
Right.
First of all, Gary Young won't buy a piece of land that it's not virgin land, or doesn't partner with farms that use any kind of pesticides or any kind of things like that. Right. So to get a tree to live 30 years, there's a lot of situations where that's just going to increase the cost. So, 30 years and 30 foot tall.
I read where Young Living is in control and in communication with all of their farms and workers, and so that seed to seal promise is a huge deal, because some oils can be labeled therapeutic, but if you don't know the company and the producers, you might not have that same trust.
Right.
In the product.
And one of the other reasons that I trusted this company when I very first decided that this was something I wanted to try was because Gary Young was a farmer. 23 years ago, he started this company, and he was a farmer. He didn't start the company, based on what some of us like to do. We find a product and we just want to market it. Well, he didn't find a product and want to market it. He actually wanted to learn how God created plants to help us support our bodies the way he had planned for us to live, which I think is super cool.
Right.
So I really, that was a big motivator for me. The other big motivator for me, which I don't think they mention in some of these notes, is Young Living, all of their farms have complete transparency. If you are a member and you want to walk into any of their farms at any time you want to, you can. There's nothing that they hide. The doors are simply open all the time. And to me, that speaks volumes, because if I'm going to put something on my little girl or use for my little girl and my big girl and me, but obviously the little ones are more important because their little bodies are so small. So that's really what motivated me to begin with. Just knowing that I can go walk in and see what they're doing and how they're doing it and how they're distilling it. And from the very beginning to the very end, I can go look at it anytime I want to. So that was a really, really big part for me, too.
It's not a big secret.
Yeah, and there's no secrets. Everything's transparent.
Right. That's
and
awesome.
I really like that, yeah. So obviously that's why they sell oils more cheap. That's why people can sell, other oil companies can sell oils more cheap, or more cheaply, is because, only a portion of that bottle has to be real by regulation. Right. And so the rest of it can be whatever. And so, that's why they would continue making bottle after bottle after bottle. People are really getting interested in oils, and they're wanting to put them in their homes, but they're not being educated on what we're talking about tonight. So, this is why we wanted to do this tonight. We want to make sure that you understand not every oil is the same. And
Right.
it isn't going to, some of them are not going to support your bodies. A majority of them aren't going to support your bodies. So this is why we chose Young Living, and it is important. I used lavender from whatever store for years and years before I started using Young Living.
Did you?
Completely different smell. Never
Yeah.
helped me rest.
Right.
And I thought, well, what are oils going to do when I
Yeah.
started with Young
Yeah.
Living? But it
I've
made
heard that before. I tried that. And it
yeah,
didn't work.
and it made a huge difference.
Yeah.
So
And talk a
there's
little bit
something
about the
about
testing
the way they test.
process that it goes through, because that's pretty impressive that they.
Yeah, the testing that Young Living does is they have a 3-step process, and they have a state-of-the-art process that costs a lot of money. And when they test an oil, and then they go on to the next test, and all of this information is on Young Living's website. You can
Right.
literally read everything you want to read about how they test, and now they're reporting all of the information to the government. So it's not only on their website to read, but it's real documentation that has been reported to our government, so that they can, so that it's everywhere. There's nothing to hide,
Right.
kind of thing. So what happened this last year, I went to convention. One of the oils that came in from one of the partner plants didn't make it in the 3rd testing. And it was a lot of money worth of oils, and it just barely didn't pass, and it got turned down and sent away. Now, when those things happen, they cause our oils sometimes to be out of stock.
Right.
But Gary Young's not gonna, he's not gonna compromise.
Right.
If that particular truckload kept us from having an oil, to him that was better in every way than taking an oil of a lesser quality.
Right.
and sending it out there for our homes. And those kind of things speak volumes to me, because not everybody cares about what's on my little girl.
It would be easy to take the.
Yeah, especially the kind of volume.
You would know, right?
Right. Especially the kind of volume that they get.
That's
I mean, we're
right.
talking truckloads. We're not talking like a little bag in
Yeah,
purse or
yeah.
something, It's a truckload
That's
to be able
something
to
for
turn
the
away.
integrity.
Yes. And they keep the reports on all that.
Right.
And they're actually one of the leading farms. They are the leading farm in the industry, leading company in the industry, where they are actually setting standards for the rest of the essential oil companies.
Right.
They have gone over and above to do things the right way and record them. And, they haven't always, but this is something new in the United States. But as they see things, and they see a way to make things better for everyone, and, to be just, and to be full of integrity, and to do the right thing, and make sure that all of our kids have pure oils on them.
And
They do. They're actually setting the standard for essential oils,
Right.
which eventually, people are going to catch on, and they're going to know, well, why are they doing so much better? And that's why, because they are doing everything the way they're supposed to be doing it. They haven't
Right.
always, everybody makes mistakes, but as they learn, they're fixing those things, and they're making it better. They're leading the way in a great way.
Okay.
So with that being said, a little goes a long way, because the bottles that Young Living has, the small bottles, have 90 drops of oil in them. And because they are 100% pure oils, every drop is pure oil. 1 drop is all you need, either on your skin or under your tongue, just the vitality oils under your tongue. And anywhere from 3 to 6 drops of oils in your diffuser is usually what I use. I like a lot. I like the smell, like super smell, like so much that my husband says, does it really have to do that? Does it really have to be that loud?
Yeah.
But
so maybe at first you want to put a little bit.
yeah, and a lot of people like to test it out
Right.
too. Yeah.
Right.
And if you've never used essential oils before, I always suggest that they use a carrier oil with the first drop of anything that they put on,
Right.
because just to see if there's going to be any kind of reaction, like redness or something like that. Because if there is no reaction at all, then you can literally put it right on your skin, and it's not a problem.
Right.
But there are 90 drops of oils in the little small bottles, And you only need 1 drop for anything that you're trying to support, any system that you're trying to support. And in the large bottles, the 15 mils, there are over 250 drops of oils in those. So it really a little bit goes a long way. And like we talked about before, 1 drop will stay in your body for anywhere from 3 to 6 hours, depending on how healthy your body is. So you can get anywhere from 90 to 250 applications out of a bottle of Young Living essential oils. So that's really good, yes.
The Thieves Cleaner is one of my favorite things because it smells nice and it is safe for my children to use. This doesn't have anything in it that would harm them, and they love to clean, especially my youngest, who's 5. She loves to do anything that's going to be a little bit messy, so spraying things are fun for her. But the bottle of cleaner is concentrated, so 1 bottle makes 20 bottles of cleaner, unless you're going to use it for something a little bit more concentrated, like a deep cleaner with baking soda or something like that. But you can, so that's pretty much equals out to about $1.50 per bottle of cleaner of these. But when you buy the big one, you have like 20 bottles worth of the cleaner.
Yeah, that's great. It took me a long time to get through a bottle.
Yeah.
Until I started giving it away.
It does last a long time.
Yeah.
And it's once you learn how great it is, you do want to share it with people. So you're like, try this cleaner. It's so
what's
great.
great is Madison can help me clean the house now, and
Right.
I don't have to worry about it. And the dogs.
You don't have to
and
hold
the
your breath.
cats. Yeah.
You know, like when you spray something and you don't want to inhale the
Mask on.
fumes or whatever, you don't have to hold your breath. And it really does work.
Are they safe? Are oils safe?
Yes, oils are safe. You want to just keep a few things in mind. Certain oils are photosensitive, especially citrus oils. So if you're going to go out in the sun or like, lay by the pool or something like that, you might be careful not to put citrus oils on your skin because it can make you more sensitive to sun. So you might burn a little easier or something.
Yeah. It doesn't affect me, but I have heard that with the oils that have a little bit of a sting to them,
Right.
like citrus and peppermint.
Yes. Peppermint is a hot oil, so when you put it on your skin, you will feel it a little bit. My kids have been like, "Mommy, it's hot," because it feels a little bit like a cool, hot feeling, which kids don't quite understand what's going on, so they might not like that. But you can dilute with a carrier oil, and this could be olive oil or the V6 oil that Young Living sells, or you can use rapeseed oil or almond oil. There are lots of jojoba. I haven't used that one, but I have almond and I've used rapeseed oil. These are all, yes, coconut oil is a great one.
Yeah, that's a great one.
And very common. And you can dilute it for use with children. I had a question from a friend the other day, like, is it okay to put this on my child? She was wanting to support their immune system with these, and I said yes. You just need to dilute it a little bit, and then try it on the bottom of the feet first. That's the best place to first apply something, because that skin's a little tougher, and you can know if it's going to irritate or anything.
There's some oils too that I like to use to support my system, but I'm not really crazy about the smell.
Right.
So I will dilute those and put them on my feet, and then put my socks on really quick. But it might be something that I really need. Like my digestive system needs support. A lot. So I'm not crazy about the digest smell. Some people love it in the diffuser, but I'm not crazy about the smell. So the best thing for me to do is put that digest on my feet and stick my socks on.
And I have layered, like if there's something that I don't like, then I put something that I do like over that. Like after I rub it on, I rub another one over it to kind of change it a little bit so that it wasn't unpleasant to me.